As you guys hear me, I've said it a few times on the call, African people, we're strong. We endure a lot, right? The conditions of the country are not the best everywhere. And I'm not going to speak for everyone because I know that there are different parts of Africa, different parts of Nigeria that are beautiful, that wealth is in abundance. The roads are paved, gold is falling from the sky. But then there's other parts of Nigeria that are not like that. Where things are still a little bit more impoverished, where violence is still heavily present, where abuse, physical, neglect, sexual, spiritual, all of these things are still happening. Our systems are not wired to stay in that kind of space for an extended amount of time. They're really not wired to stay in those spaces, period. But because as people, we have the ability to choose our actions, we have no control over how things transpire. So in many of our African communities, we know that there's this expectation to be strong. And it's not just a cultural saying, it's beyond that. It's a survival skill that we pass down from generation to generation. Strength and silence, oftentimes for us, means safety. Like if you are obedient, you don't challenge authority, you respect your elders, you're number one in your class. People think you're going to do well. They think you're going to make it to the top. You're going to make it out of that environment. And they believe that, okay, when you make it, now you'll bring that back to the home. You'll bring that back to the village and you will uplift everyone. And this is even in the times of like colonial rule, political instability, family hardship, all of these things is us saying, okay, we're working towards this. We're working towards achieving this. We're working towards surviving. But vulnerability doesn't necessarily mean danger. But because our African system is wired to survive, for a lot of us, vulnerability does mean danger. It means that we're not safe. It means that we cannot keep going. Because again, if we let our oppressor, if we let our neighbor, if we let someone else see our weak point, there is this possibility that it can be used against us. Again, y'all, I don't speak Igbo. I wish I did. So maybe someone who does speak Igbo will know how to translate this. But my mom has this saying, and my mama gonna hate me because I stay talking about her when I talk to Nigerian people. She's like, you don't let your left hand know what your right is doing. And I'm like, okay, mama, why do we keep saying this? Because if I have two hands, I don't want my hands doing two different things. I need them to be on the same page. But she was like, you don't let your left hand know what your right is doing. And the reason I'm bringing this up is because, and when we talk about this idea of survival, many of us are having to move this way. We're in front of people. We don't want people to see everything that is happening behind the scenes. And it's not their business. So this one doesn't concern them. This one does. So here is how we show up to the world. But here is how we really feel. Here is where everything is going on. Here is where everything's on fire. So a woman is outside, she's dressed well, she's presenting like everything's okay. But in the home, she's being abused by her partner. Here we have a child that seems like they're doing well in school, but outside, they're engaging in drugs, alcohol, bad behavior. For our men, here, our man is strong. He's the head of the household. But here, he's tired. He's exhausted. He wants a break. He doesn't want everything to rest on his shoulders. Let it be someone else's problem just for a little bit. These two things cannot exist at the same time. Well, they can exist at the same time, but the way we approach it, we make it seem like they cannot. And oftentimes we support and we highlight and we celebrate what's happening over here. And we completely put this in the shame, in the fear, in the shadows. And that's why the healing doesn't always happen effectively. Because this side of things is oftentimes connected to what's happening in us, where this type of thing is usually connected to what we show to everyone else. So I say this because this concept of like, let's push through, it's not realistic. it minimizes the pain. It ignores the exhaustion that we experience, right? It's like, because it stops this, it's like, hey, what we're going through is it's what we aim for. It makes it seem like it's a luxury that we cannot afford, when really it's a necessity in life that we need, that we have to have to keep going, to survive. When we use it, we might see it in the, like, a tight jaw, it's like this unspoken anger or frustration. It's this constant fatigue from years of chronic stress. It's the stomach pain, the muscle tension from carrying more than we are meant to carry. And honestly, sometimes it's dissociation. It's like the, I'm checking out of this because I just can't deal with it anymore. The mind and the body are trying to protect themselves when the load becomes too heavy. So if we can understand these patterns, if we understand what's, it's not about blaming something, but it's about understanding it, becoming more aware of it, so we can heal it and give it the space it needs to really be processed. That awareness is really the first step that's required to shift from simply surviving to truly healing. And I'm gonna throw this question out. You can put a yes or a no as your answer. How many people that are on this call today watching can say that they are truly healed? As in, everything from the however many years you've been on this life, you feel like you've worked through it all. Nothing troubles you again. If you feel like it's a yes, put it in the chat. If you feel like it's a no, put that in the chat. Just curiosity. I'll even add my answer.